for this important education campaign announcement. You know, drugs are the #1 scourge of our state in terms of contributing to crime. Meth being #1 among the various drugs that people can get their hands on. Virtually, I don't know what the percentage is, but an extremely high percentage of the crimes that we deal with, all law enforcement deals with, come from drug abuse and crimes that flow from that. So an education campaign in dealing with the acquisition of materials to make meth is a critical asset for law enforcement and very important for the public safety of our state. I want folks can identify you. Barry Mattson, the chairman of the Drug Task Force, and the DA's.
The Alabama legislature over the years has taken significant steps, in my opinion, in the war against meth. We implemented NPLEX, which is a real-time tracking system that allows us to electronically track individuals who purchase pseudoephedrine cold and allergy medicines, and that's the primary component for making meth. This past session we passed, and the Governor Bentley signed into a law, a new, more comprehensive law that fights meth production on many fronts, including significant steps to stop Smurfing. Now, I think we're all aware of Smurf, Papa Smurf, Mama Smurf, and then the little blue Smurfs. But Smurfing has been a real issue in this war on meth. We feel like that we're trying to, the purpose of this law is to try and balance, if you will, the need to not harm law-abiding citizens while at the same time giving our law enforcement community all of the tools that they need to continue to wage this war on meth. I promise you it's a very complicated issue, and the bill was rewritten numbers of times. And we came together I think, in a very focused effort. The key fact that you want to focus on here is it's going to highlight that Smurfing is now a felony. And it's going to publicize that, and I'm sure that the retail community will be assisting in that effort. There'll be probably signs, brochures at pharmacies to indicate that it is illegal now to, it is actually a felony to buy a product that you're going to use for distribution to someone else other than yourself, and you knowingly, you think that it's going to be used for the production of meth.
The other thing I was asked to explain was the NPLEX system and where that assists the task forces. What the NPLEX system has done is to put into place a computerized real-time database that allows law enforcement to see who is attempting to obtain pseudoephedrine outside the boundaries of the current laws. And it's been extremely successful. It provides a number of tips, but probably as a preventative tool, it's been even more successful. We've seen a 76% reduction in labs across the state of Alabama just in the first year. And to put that in real terms, it's blocked approximately 220,000 grams of methamphetamine from being produced. And then finally, I was asked to describe the other parts of this law. There's one part in particular that really stands out. A lot of y'all have seen or reported on, we go out to a site and we recover 18 or 20 shake and bake labs. But we have no, if there is no product, there is no charge. What we have is a hazmat incident, we have an expense to the community. In this bill, they have made the possession of the precursors and the byproducts and the containers and paraphernalia a Class C felony. So we do now have a way to pursue those people who are offending but who have actually already disposed of the product. So these are all very helpful things.
First of all, that we actively support this bill. We see every day the effects that methamphetamine has on the public. And my association supports it, and the APCI supports it. And let me say one other word about the NPLEX. It is the greatest tool that we have today to fight meth. In a matter of 2 minutes, I can get a green light go or a red light no. And it has worked great. I say that we are seeing now We don't have nearly the people coming into our pharmacy trying to buy things illegally anymore because of this too. And we look forward to promoting this campaign. We look forward to working with law enforcement officials. And like I say, we need to do something to stop this methamphetamine use because the results are horrific. It's awful.
I would just like to say on behalf of the 42 DAs around the state that this bill, the bottom line is going to save lives. Attorney General Strange was in Etowah County before he was Attorney General looking for ways to save lives and keep kids off of meth. This goes a long way. It's all about cooperation. Blaine did a fabulous job. Rob did a fabulous job. Barry Matson just did a yeoman's job in helping getting this bill written. We were very excited to get this campaign on the ground. But again, it's about cooperation. The life-threatening consequences of crystal meth is something we cannot ignore and something these folks have not ignored. And I know that we'll have a generation of kids that won't have to experience some of the perils of crystal meth for it. And I thank you guys again.
Every life has value in this state. And the methamphetamine is, or any controlled substance, just destroys life, hope, community. But one thing you have to remember about meth is that there's an added danger because the manufacturing generally is local. It destroys our environment, and it puts law enforcement in a danger that they normally wouldn't face. When Rob goes in, you see him here in a coat and tie, but usually he's in a bulletproof vest, and he's going in the door, and he knows he may get shot or killed. And God bless him, and we pray for him every day, and men that fight and women that fight the fight he fights. But this also, because just by breathing in these fumes, can cause danger to himself and neighbors and people in the community. So this is a particularly heinous drug, and that's why we looked at it comprehensively. So Smurfing was an issue, but we did some things to address it holistically as well.